I love when the audio and stuff doesn't work on my end. You guys, I have been away from the station for almost a week. Feels like forever. So I am back in the saddle. I have my on-chain media hat on. I'm so excited about it. You guys, I had a great time in Vegas. This is some of the swag I got. I got to hang out with Rachel from On-Chain Media. I was so excited about it, but I didn't get to hang out with her as long as I wanted to, so I'm sad about that. But you guys, Vegas was very successful. There was an interview that has been 2 years in the making. 2 years in the making. The travel swap interview, you guys. I have used travel swap to book vacations, to book the crypto conferences. Particularly crypto conferences, you can get a good deal through Travel Swap because you can connect your crypto wallet. So I have been dying for an interview. And let me tell you, I finally got my interview. It was so excited to finally get my interview. And then I go back and I listen, and my microphones weren't working. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then, well, how I actually found out my microphones weren't working was that my little dongle broke. And then I went back and I was like, wait a minute. Was it even working for my interview with Travel Swap? I go back and I listen to the interview. Nada. Some really good B-roll. So then I'm like, okay. I didn't get the interview. So maybe perhaps I go back to the conference and I get a travel swap interview again. I don't know though. I don't know. So I go and I walk around the conference, figured out my microphone, the dongle situation, which was a whole other side mission, which Vegas was full of a lot of side mission trips. But so I went and I bought a new dongle, but the dongle that I purchased did not work for the audio in. It was only audio out. It was a whole thing. So then I was able to connect to Joxie's. My microphone connected to her phone. So we tracked down Travel Swap for the second time. I was so happy because not only did I get my second interview, but it was even better the second time. The guy from Travel Swap told me, you've been asking me for an interview for so long, and I have to tell you, I'm a little shy. And I understand that people are shy. When I first started interviewing people, I interviewed, artists. And artists don't necessarily like being front and center, and especially being interviewed. That's a whole other level. You've got like a camera in your face and I'm asking you questions and sticking the microphone in front of you. So it ended up being great. I'm working on the editing now. I'm super excited about it, but I had to cut my Vegas trip short. My dad he was not doing well. You guys know I try and take care of my dad. He's got dementia and he's on insulin shots, and so his blood sugar goes crazy. And he had some stuff going on while I was gone, and I couldn't focus anymore on the trip. So he ended up in the hospital. His heart rate went really low. And his blood sugar went really low, and they couldn't get it to stabilize. And so one of the medications he was taking was making his blood sugar drop too low, and then another one of the medications he was taking was making his heart rate too low. So between the low heart rate and the low blood sugar, he went to the hospital, was not in good shape. He was there for 3 days, and he's finally out now, and he's doing a little better. But I'm telling you guys, I don't know if it was the trip from Vegas and then all of the stress of everything. I fell asleep with my makeup on, which I never do. I never fall asleep with my makeup on. When I woke up, I had a swollen eye. It was all swollen. And it's been that way. I've been trying to ice it, trying to get it down. My eye is angry. So I'm hoping it doesn't turn into a sinus infection, you guys. So I'm hiding today. I'm hiding under my on-chain media hat. That is right. And then if you guys want to know how my Monday started, because it's getting good, you guys. I went to the doctor this morning. And yeah, it was one of the fun doctors where they made me get completely naked, and I was in this like paper suit thing, and I had to like, yeah. So then they felt up my boobies, and I don't even know if they were good or not. I assume they were. Hopefully she calls me tomorrow. So no, it was, ladies, just be sure and get your annual checkups. Got to make sure all of the parts are running smoothly. Things are good. You don't want it to be a bigger problem. So you just go, you get your annual checkups. So yeah, I had an interesting morning. And to top it off, like, it is unseasonably cold for May in California right now. Like, unseasonably cold. Yes, I did. I had a female feeling up my boobs, and then she asked me if I feel up my own boobs, and I'm like, of course I feel up my own boobs. I got to make sure my boobs are good, right? And then she's like, yeah, but it's hard to do it if you only have one hand. I don't know. I could feel my boob with both my hands, right? I don't know. Anyway, apparently she can feel my boobs better than I can feel my boobs, so I let her feel my boobs. Okay. So, and then she gave me a little thing. I get to go to one of the machines. They're going to smush my boobs. I'm not excited about that. I'm not excited to get my boobs smushed. I'm actually really dreading that, you guys. There's no part of me, like zero part of me wants that, but I'm like, I have to do it. I have to do it. And I've got some freaking cannons, you guys. And when you got some cannons, you might be hiding something in there. So yes, I'm going to the Boob Smasher 5000. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And yes, I had a stranger feeling my boobs this morning. So that's how my Monday has started. That's how the first Monday of the month of May has started for me. So we're off to the races, you guys. The year is almost halfway over. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I don't know how it's almost halfway over because it still feels like winter. I'm in sweats. I'm in like my leggings. It's cold. I had to put on a paper suit. At least it wasn't the cops this time. So that was good, It's because I wanted to put the paper suit on, not because they were making me put the paper suit on. Vegas was good though, you guys. Joxie and I will break down how our Vegas excursion went. If you guys went and watched the video, you saw our girl Jox. She went hard. She went hard on day one, night one. If you're going to Vegas, go big or go home. She went big. So night one was good, but we will talk about all of that once we have Jox back on the show on Friday. She has officially made it home safely. So, oh yes, Miss Poe, she had D cups and had a mammogram 8 months before she got diagnosed with stage 3. Stupid test showed nothing wrong. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm worried about. I'm kind of worried, they're kind of, I got some cannons, they could be hiding something in there. So as much as I don't, hold on, my shoe's untied. So as much as I don't want to do it, I gotta go do the things, girls, go take care of yourselves. Cause you don't want, if you don't do it, then you gotta go through all the cancer treatments, and that can be hard. I've had a friend that had to get a port put in, and she did the whole thing, and it's tough. It's a lot. It's stressful. Hello, Blocky. Welcome in. We're talking about boobs. We hear you like Blocky. We hear you like boobs in your Discord. Yeah. So had my cannons fondled this morning. So we'll see. Get to go to the Boob Smasher 5000 next. So it's the good stuff. Do I need a witness? Can I get a witness? I don't know, you guys. Getting old is fun. It's fun. What I like about it is that I don't make poor decisions like, drinking too much alcohol in Vegas. But, at the same time, I got to go to the Boob Smasher 5000. So there's pros and cons to getting older. Older and wiser. So, you guys, so that's how my day started. Bitcoin Bitcoin looks like it's having a bit of a fondling this morning as well because it has seemed to pop up to 80,000. So why don't we go ahead and dive right into the crypto charts? Why do you miss Brian so much? I tried to say I was not going to start the show until Brian got in here. I don't know where Brian is, what I did to make Brian sad. I just know that I miss Brian. I don't know what I did, but Brian, come back. Come back. All right, so here we are taking a look at Bitcoin. It has had a little bit of a pop up here. We are currently sitting at 80,060 $60. So it has been ping ponging around this 80K range. But all in all, you guys, if we scale out and look at things, we're up about 20% Bitcoin on the monthly. So are we still bearish on Bitcoin or are we feeling a little more bullish? Well, we keep continuing to trend upwards, which is nice. So taking a look here at the market Cipher Beeline, we are currently trading money flow in the red, but we have had money flow in the green for the majority of today. So things have been looking relatively good. So with Bitcoin being up in the 80K range, others have followed with it. Ethereum is trading at 2,355. Solana is currently trading at $84. We've got Chainlink perpetually at $9. You guys, and we have a big war going on right now between Justin Sun and World Liberty Finance, which is great because I made a little post about it and it's kind of going viral right now, which is just wonderful. Look at Dogecoin finally made it out of its 9 cents purgatory and is currently sitting at 11 cents. Love to see it. Making some move there. So, let's see. He left my Discord and he's so, what, wait. He left your Discord, Blocky? That's not right. I don't like that. Now I'm concerned about him. I'm going to have to go hunt Brian down. I'm going to go on a Brian hunting mission now. If I need to make him feel better. Look, we're all going through, like, stuff sucks sometimes, you know? I have had a puffy swollen face for like 3 days now. Okay. I have been called all kinds of names by people around me, including Herpy Eye, which who wants to be called freaking Herpy Eye? You guys, but the people who love you the most are gonna give you a hard time. So we need to go hunt down Brian and we need to make him smile and bring him out of his little funk that he's in, because I don't like hearing that Brian's not doing well. I don't like that. That's not okay. Because we love our Brian. You know what else? I noticed recently too, someone else who is very active on social media as a content creator, works for a media company. All of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, I have not seen him post. And then I went and looked at his page, and not only has he not posted, but he posted not only every day, but multiple times per day, was creating content, constantly putting stuff out there. This guy has not posted in like several weeks. And I'm like, something is not right. Okay. You know, when something's not right with someone. And so I sent him a DM, and you know, if he's not getting on social media, he's not getting on social media. But like when I notice that people go missing, I'm like, I'm not okay. Because if you're here every day and you show up every day and now all of a sudden you're not showing up, then something is really not right. And, you know, your people need to be there for you. And, you know, so my thoughts are with Brian. I'm going to go hunt him down after this show. You know, guys, I almost didn't do the show today because like I said, my dad's not great, you know. My eye is freaking swollen like Herpy Eye. Like, I don't, you know, but I had to come back. I had to come see you guys. He left Randy's Discord too? I don't like that. Okay, I'm going to go find him. I'm going to go find him and hunt him down. I know where else to look for him. So there were times when you guys know Franklin. Franklin is bored. He went missing for a little while, and I still had a line, a connection to him. And I just, when people go missing, it's like I check on you. I need to know you're okay, and like just everybody needs a reminder sometimes, because like I've been there too. And Randy came that one day when I posted on the timeline. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, yeah. Oh, he is still on X. Well, I mean, but what the heck? What the heck? I'm gonna go hunt him down. So anyway, Dogecoin, look at that, 10 cents. We were talking about sad stuff and it made Dogecoin go back down to 10 cents. That makes me sad too. All right, you guys, I was pulling up the crypto bubbles chart and look at this weirdness it's got going on. Number one, okay, we've sold out and we have a partner now, and yeah, we've like done some. We've changed our look. I don't know. I'm not liking crypto bubbles right now. Yeah, I miss Brian. I'm not okay with this. We're all sitting here talking about boobs and Brian is not here. I feel like we're cheating on him. All right. So you guys, Bitcoin is up. It is up 20%. Everything we can see. Top 100. We've got green mostly across the board with some outliers which are up significantly more than others. But for the most part, everything is just waiting to see what Bitcoin does. And again, it all comes back to what's going on geopolitically. If you continue to follow what's going on geopolitically, then you know that we have the ceasefire is not ceasing. The ceasefire is not ceasing right now. And so we're still pewing back at each other. And so that's not good either. So actually, since we're talking about, throwing stuff back and forth, let's go ahead and actually take a look at the oil charts, because I had not looked at the price per barrel of oil for a minute. Let's pull it up. And I was shocked to see that we're trading just a hair below 105. We were up at 106, 107. You guys, so price per barrel of oil, we were down around the 90 range when I left for Vegas. And now look at us. We're back above the 105. We went all the way up to about 110, 112. So the way things are looking right now, not great. And then that has trickle down effects on the cost of everything goes up. So gonna be feeling a little bit of pain there, if you will. So, all right, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into some breaking news. All right, taking a look here. Bitcoin price can easily hit 95,000. 5 things to know about Bitcoin this week. So you guys, there is some bullish sentiment to be felt. Bitcoin finally taps the 80K mark for the first time since late January, and we all have been waiting for that. It is a breakthrough on the key 21-week trend line, and Bitcoin is back for the first time in 3 months. And the last time we were there, it was on the way down. So 20% up on the monthly. Bitcoin is feeling a little bullish, you guys. Was the bottom already put in? Will we continue up? Sure, we should have a little bit of cooling off here or there, depending on what happens, especially geopolitically. But depending on what happens, things could continue to trend upwards. Again, I'm totally honest with you guys. In my positions, I am not fully in. I still have some money in stables. I'm still waiting to see what happens in some areas, just because you never know. Trump has a history of saying things that sends markets up or down very quickly. So the weekly close did not disappoint, becoming Bitcoin's highest since late January, and it is the only second above the 21-week trend line since October of 2025, which was also the end of the bull market. So Friday was good. So people are split. Some people say that there is a bear flag, and that Bitcoin pushing to 80K has implications for a multi-month bearish structure on the daily. So I have been seeing people call for bear. So Blocky, you can be a little bearish. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. So this is the trend line that we're currently in right now. And depending on what happens, if we break down, we could break into a next level of support down. So if that's the case, then we could eye somewhere around the 60, potentially 55 range, which is where people originally thought we were going to go for the lows this cycle. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Bitcoin short-term cost basis approaches profitability, but 80K must flip to support first. So crypto markets turned euphoric as Bitcoin traded above 80K, but a rally through short-term holders' cost basis needs to cement the bull trend. So Bitcoin reached a 3-month high of 80,500 on Monday, testing the level for the first time since January 31st. The rally above 80,000 puts the price just below short-term holders' cost basis of 81,486, the next dynamic resistance level. For the rally to continue, the daily close of this level is a key to securing the 80,000 as a support. So a rally to 81,000 may lock in this bullish trend. So that is kind of where we need to look to be. The daily close above 100 or 81.5 would return to these holders in profit and reduce the sell side pressure. So we need to kind of look to see that we are there. You know, and we also are looking to have all these miners have come off and they've pivoted to AI. I still think there could be a bit of an AI bubble that is impending. Will we hit 69K? I think we will hit 69K. I told you, I think we got it one more time. I think we got it in us one more time. And if we hit 69K again, that's got to be my last decision to probably put the rest of my stables in. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for at this point. Because look, you hit this bottom, right? You bounce off of it. You find this level of support. 69K seems to be a strong level of support. Each time we lift off of that, we can kind of see where the momentum is. And so when you can see where the momentum returns, because not everything runs the way that it ran the first time. So when you can see the momentum starting to return, I feel like you can make a more educated decision about where you want to put some of your investments. Because even though I put most of my holdings into Bitcoin, I do diversify. You guys know that I'm on multiple chains and I think it is good to be diversified. But have your trading plan. My trading plan is all roads lead back to Bitcoin. So, all right. Bitcoin exchange supply builds below 80K. So this is just the bearish case scenario. All right, let's go ahead and move on. All right, so this is an interesting one. SEC delays prediction markets ETF over mechanics and risk concerns. So the regulator reportedly requested more information from Roundhill, Granite Shares, and Bitwise on how the event contracts funds would work. So the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission has delayed the expected launch of the first ETF linked to prediction markets after requesting more information about their structure and disclosures. So the delay affects more than 24 proposed ETFs from Roundhill Investments, Granite Shares, Bitwise, and citing people familiar with the matter. So the issuers filed for the products in February, and launches have been expected this week after a 75-day review period. The proposed funds would give investors exposure to event contracts tied to a binary outcomes, including elections, economic data, and market prices, without requiring them to trade directly on prediction market venues such as Kalshi. The delay marks another development in the U.S. approach to regulating prediction markets, which they have attracted scrutiny over insider trading, ethics, and market manipulation. So the delay is likely temporary. According to the sources, the delay is likely temporary, suggesting that progress with the filings could resume once the SEC receives and reviews additional details from issuers on the product structure and disclosures. According to Bloomberg ETF analyst, the ETFs were expected to launch on Thursday. His colleague said last week that Roundhill's filing had an effective date of May 5th, with the first prediction market ETF linked to the event contract outcomes, such as whether Democrats or Republicans control the House or Senate. So now it's a little more fuzzy on how these ETFs particularly work, since it's like yes or no and contract driven. So how these would work: the prediction markets ETFs are designed to give investors exposure to binary event contracts without requiring them to trade on specialized prediction market platforms. Specific rules differ across more than the 20 proposed ETFs, but the products generally use derivatives to track the odds of a binary yes or no outcomes and underlying contracts traded on the CFTC regulated platforms such as Kalshi. These contracts settle at $1 if the event occurs and $0 if it does not. Roundhill previously highlighted significant risks associated with proposed ETFs in its February filings, stating that investments in the events contracts involve unique risks that differ from those associated with traditional futures, options, or securities. So I agree, because to me, this is all what makes it through and what receives volume. And is the volume organic? Is somebody being fed information? Is it potential that one issuer of an ETF might be privy to more information than an issuer of another ETF? And then it just becomes even more insider traded, because then it just becomes like, well, who has a higher success rate on their events contracts? I don't know. This whole thing, the whole events contracts prediction markets thing is still just really strange to me. I don't love it. I don't love anything about it. It feels like hyper gambling. There was a time when we were an industry that had values, and we were here to teach people about self-sovereignty and why it was important to not throw away money on degenerate gambling, but to DCA Bitcoin into a hard asset, something that cannot be manipulated. And this is just, we've gone the other way. We've lost the plot, you guys. We have officially lost the plot with events contracts. So, and then to add on top of that, you have, who is it? The CMO for Polymarket was caught on camera with the recording on a live stream with Clavicular talking about how basically he could, benefit from their event contracts. So people are spoon feeding certain people wins so that they can draw more people in. So it's, again, just very, very manipulative. So I don't know, you guys, I don't touch it. I think it needs to be looked at more. I think where this is all coming from, the speculation behind it, who's creating the contracts, where the volume is coming from, all of that should be looked into. I think it should all be looked into, especially when you have people who are working for the US government who are supposed to be given private intel who are using it to benefit. Just my thoughts. So you guys, that's the show for today. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully without a hat, hopefully without a swollen eye, hopefully with a little less, being, starting my Monday off with getting fondled by strangers. It happens. At least it didn't happen in Vegas, you guys. That's the good thing. At least it didn't happen in Vegas. And at least it was me choosing to have the stranger fondle me. So that's the show for today, you guys. I will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. As always, this show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network and sponsored by Market Cipher. If you do not have Market Cipher, feel free to click the link in the description. There's 20% off code, but you would love having their tools to help you make educated and informed trading decisions, you guys. That's the show for today. I will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.